Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today is the weekly Star Wars recap for July 31st, 2023, which there is some news this week. There's some news about the upcoming Lando series. There's also some stuff about Star Wars Outlaws from San Diego Comic-Con when I forgot to talk about last week. But just forgot to record that and write stuff down. There wasn't really anything super duper crazy about it, but before I get into the news, gotta jump into the new releases. Starting off with stuff that came out last week, there was Darth Vader Black, White, and Red issue 4, which was fine. I did a full review on that issue. There was also The Mandalorian Season 2 comic adaptation issue 2 and Hyperspace Stories issue 6. I didn't read either of those. But coming out this week, there's Young Jedi Adventures. I think it's episodes 8 through 13 or 7 through 12. I forget exactly. I think it's like the next 6 episodes will come out August 2nd, 2023. And then Dark Droids issue 1 will come out August 2nd also, which is the start of the new crossover for the Marvel Comics. And then Yoda issue 10, the final issue of that series, and Hyperspace Stories issue 7, all on August 2nd, 2023. But let's jump into the news, starting off with some news on the Lando series. After really not hearing much about it since it was announced in 2020, just, typical interview stuff where, it's like, oh yeah, it's getting worked on and whatnot. But now there is some more bigger news, which was a report what originally came from Above the Line and then later Variety, saying that writer Justin Simeon, who was originally the head writer on the series, has seemingly exited the project, as it will now be written by Donald Glover and his brother Steven, who's worked with Donald on the series Atlanta and I think other stuff too. But it seems like they've been attached for a while now as writers. Obviously, currently there's the writer and actor strikes going on in Hollywood, so it seems like they signed on and were writing before the writer strike started, but obviously have since paused writing for the series because of the strike. So yeah, I think this is good news. Definitely that Donald Glover is seemingly committed to doing it, so much so that he's writing it. So hopefully once the strikes end and companies give what the writers and actors want, this series will pick up on production and actually get made. So yeah, obviously I loved Donald Glover as Lando in Solo, and I was really excited for this series when it was announced because of that, and I'm hoping that it does get made. I haven't seen Atlanta. It's been one show I've had on my list to watch, so maybe I'll start watching it. Definitely because I think it's over now. I think they're done making it, and I kind of like to watch shows more when they're over. But anyways, that's really all the news there. When there's more news, I'll talk about it then. Probably will be a while. But like I mentioned earlier, there was some news about Star Wars Outlaws, the upcoming video game from Ubisoft and Massive. This was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. I just kind of forgot to talk about last week. But there really wasn't anything like super duper crazy revealed. There was a little behind the scenes video released on YouTube, which kind of talks about stuff. And, there was also a panel. I haven't looked super hard. I don't know if that was posted online anywhere, but been like interviews with the developers and whatnot from several outlets. But, I didn't feel like there was anything like super duper crazy revealed. And if anything was revealed, it was the stuff I assumed was probably going to be in the game. But one thing I liked was they talked about some of the inspirations for the planets, mainly the new planet Toshara, which I thought was neat to kind of talk about how it's based off of African savannas, and then they kind of added a more Star Wars stuff to that, which, you know, I like the kind of hearing about the inspirations from the real world and then putting it into Star Wars for a new planet and whatnot. They also talk a lot about Tatooine, which, you know, we knew Tatooine was going to be in the game from the first trailer, but they revealed that it'll be a fully explorable planet, which I guess you'll be able to go to places like Mos Eisley and go into the cantina, and also seemingly Jabba's palace, as I guess, you know, obviously you can take jobs from Jabba, who I guess will be voiced by D. Bradley Baker in the game, which I think D. Bradley Baker also voices your little companion, Nix, was that his name? I forget what the little companion's name was, but you know, they also talked about the reputation system and whatnot, and how there are obviously consequences for betraying someone like Jabba, and like I guess they'll send bounty hunters after you and whatnot, which is interesting. So that was all neat. But, you know, from everything I've read online and from the behind the scenes video, I just didn't really feel like there was anything like super duper crazy. I guess also the mentioning customization, like you'll be able to customize K and your speeder and your ship and whatnot, which I just kind of assumed that was going to be the case. So yeah, obviously the game comes out sometime next year, so I assume we'll probably be getting even more news as the gets closer and closer to release. I'm assuming probably mid to late 2024 will be the release date. But anyways, that's going to be it for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. Next week I'll be back talking about something, I don't know. But in the meantime, check out my reviews on Star Wars Rebels I've been doing recently, and all my other videos and whatnot. But I've been Star Wars, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
And now, I just need a chance to finally be free. Wherever that takes me.
I'm here to offer you a way out, okay?
Get off my ship, Jalen.
Give me a chance.